Welcome back to the next installment of Panzer Campaigns Tunisia 43. I have been playing a lot of play by email games lately, which I've been finding very fun. But I think about this scenario every day. I miss it. I like the scenario a lot, and I like controlling all the units and the breadth and depth of it. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I am going to continue to play it. I will get there eventually. I've got, let's see here, about 60 turns left. So it'll probably take a while, but, you know, we're going to win. So we're going to get right in here. Today we are looking at the 8th Army, and I have moved part of the 8th Army, I think. Nope, I haven't moved. Here's some of the artillery. Yeah, I've moved some of my artillery, but it looks like that's it. So we will get in here and start mixing it up. First thing is first, our India division has a trench that we want. Let's see. We've got a nice 100% engineer, a salty type engineer. We've got a lot of infantry, so that's good. We have a trench line up here, which I think I will just bypass for now, though I may leave a battalion up over here. I think I can shoot at these guys with this machine gun. I ought to be able to. I can. Oops. Here we go. All right. Getting into it. So we will assault. Let me check the road here. There's no bridge. And this is a bunker anyhow. So this is clear terrain. Now what I can do, I think I'll be able to do, is to assault with my... I bet I can get at this bunker, or at least hurt them. Alright. All three are C morale. I'll have same assault and soft attack. Same stats. Alright. Gorka rifles. Let's rock and roll. Not entirely sure that what I'm about to try is going to work, but if my plan does work, I think I'll be able to hurt these guys. Yep. 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 No, max stacking limit, but can I split? Let's see, this hex has 1132. Stacking limit is 1600, so yeah, I should be able to split this unit, which I wanted to leave something behind up here. Oops, anyhow, to guard the flank. And now we going in. Oh, I learned this cool thing. You can press spacebar and select specific, like select or deselect specific units from this list. For folks that do not know, when you have a list like this presented to you in Windows, most of the time you can hold down your control key to select different items on that list. It's called a multi-select pick list in the biz, and you can select multiple items here. So like here, I see that my 1-2 Gorka they don't have enough movement, so I'm going to select my first 3. And we'll go ahead and assault. See what we can maybe do. Are you lucky? Not terribly lucky, but not nothing. So again, I can just press spacebar to select the unit that I want rather than having to unselect 3 units. Alright, great. So progressing here, my Indian battalion, or I believe that is a regiment, Brigade. 7th Indian Brigade, making progress. Good. Next up, more Indian. This would be the 5th Indian Brigade, along with the 51st Highlanders Division out of 10 Corps. Did I have that right? Yeah, 51st Highlander. Alright. Ooh! I clicked something. Hang on. Okay. Back to it. 4th Indian Division. So let's examine our situation here on this road. I am pushing north with the Indian Division. These guys have already moved, so that's good. The rest of them have not. This bunker gotta go. I think I'll just hit them with my assault engineers and move everybody else. Disrupted up here, disrupted up here. Okay, so for this hill, this is like a mountain, Jebel Fikirin. I would like to summit this, but it's got crazy. I was gonna say it has probably a lot of visibility, but even if I only have 2 kilometers visibility today, so I still think it's worth exploring up there. Conversely, I don't want to take all of my tanks and armored vehicles. These are from. Okay. Alright. Gotta clear some of this stuff out. These guys are disrupted. What even happened to you? Quit crying. These guys have heart attack. So let's go ahead and take advantage of my armor. Because I can't get through this road right now anyhow. I'll soften this bunker up to start. Yeah, that's doing a lot of damage. Okay, good. So now we can get everybody into travel mode. I am going to send a battalion up to Jebel Beni Saidain. I want that to be, I think, this battalion, the 7th Battalion of the Black Watch from the 51st Highlander. Reason is, I'd like to, I don't know, I'm trying to keep my my different divisions together. It's like here and here are Indian Division units. These guys are going to exceed stacking limits, I believe. Let's look. Yes, so something to pay attention to here. If I try to move units through this hex with travel mode, that will not work because they exceed the hex limitations. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do, because they already have, see, these are mounted. I can mount these guys, but I don't really super duper need to. I'm thinking, I don't think it's going to save me any time to mount these. I could do the math on it, but honestly, I kind of feel like I don't want to just sit here and bore you while let me see, 816. I will try right quick to do this. Motorized, actually, let me refer to this is the book I'm reading. I will refer to my handy dandy spec sheet. So clear. I need primary is on foot is 4, motorized is 4, and it takes a third, whatever. help me. Actually, I think I know what I was doing. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that because I want to get up onto this road with the Highlanders. Let me make sure I'm keeping my units together. Yes, I am. And I won't have enough to get up this hill. I could really stand to have a recon unit over here, which I don't think that I have. Oh, here's recon right here. They have a half track, I think. Recon unit? I don't know what kind of, yeah, this is a half track. I don't know what it counts as, but I'm gonna try it. So what we're gonna do is park these guys here and hit them with the recon ability. I don't see anything, so I don't know if it's gonna be yeah, all right. It is not safe, as a matter of fact. Okay, so they have long barrel. Oh, you know what? You're gonna get to see me do one of my favorite things. I caught a tank in travel mode. I love catching tanks in travel mode. Clear terrain. I try to save my airstrikes for this stuff. I try to use my air. I really don't have a lot of air in this scenario, so I'm quite selective, obviously, and this is just one of my favorite things. Hitting the tank with air mission intercepted. Okay, that's fine. That did not work, but we are still in a fairly good position over here. Obviously, tanks are not good. Okay, these are all 4 of my companies of Black Watch. I will have. I will have AT guns moving up, but it'll be just a bit. So take up positions. Engineers in a bunker. Good. Exposing the enemy positions here. There's a gap. This is a very ugly gap right here. But this is a hill, so they can't get through there easily. There's 2 hills over here, 2 elevation terrains. Let me look at that. So there's elevation 100 and elevation 200. Yeah, so this one's 100, but yeah, they would need to get up either way. It is interesting. I've not seen many instances where there's a terrain, an elevation increase where it's on a like a stream or river hex sign. So that's just interesting. Okay, back to the task at hand. So what I'm going to do here is, yeah, I don't want to be greedy. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I do, part of me is like, oh, just park it next to this elevated trench with an undisrupted 75 millimeter field gun and a possible battalion sized unit of infantry. So I opted not to do that. I have AT guns on the way, and I'm going to move them as far as I can. And I'm going to move my AT guns as far as I can. They'll be able to see me, I think, from this. I blocked their line of sight. This is a trench, but okay. Moving. This guy cannot move very far. Oh, no, sorry, I was looking at the wrong hex highlight. So we continue on. No, this is the. Hang on. Okay, this is my AT gun, but he can't move as far. That's interesting. Speed 12, speed 12. It's because of the stacking limits. Okay. So, I don't want to mix. I don't want to keep these guys mixed, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily. It doesn't hurt that bad. So, I am thinking about this AT gun unit here. This is the Indian division. Yeah, let's just go. Alright. Okay. I sure hope they don't strafe this road. Alright. My HQ. This HQ can stay here. They are moved. Yes, we will go. Yes, we will go into the bunker and into the... no, you stay there. Alright, let's decide what to do with these fellows. This is my... Alright, yeah, absolutely I want to get my Highlanders Recon back on the road. I'm going to get my tanks. Ugh. That's one of the reasons why I want to get the... Which unit is this? The 25th Tank Brigade? This is the 23rd Armored Brigade. One of the reasons I want to get them out of there is because, you know, they have to move through forests, and that takes a lot of movement points. So, here we go. Get you out of here. I don't think travel mode's going to help, but hopefully it doesn't bomb my... I should really not super duper be fighting with my engineers in case I run into mines. So I do have the Indian engineers here. And do I have any others? I do not. Okay. These guys are, their fatigue is creeping up a little bit. Yeah, that's a pretty good amount of fatigue. Hoping I can just crush these guys, get this done. Alright, that's the Indian division and the... Alright, what else we got for the Highlanders? We moved the 154th, most of the 154th, and some of their recon, their anti-tank, and the machine gun and engineers. Alright, next up... Okay. So here we have a trench with some Italians. Mix it up a little, get into a gunfight. See if we can get a good disruption. We cannot get a good disruption. We got hit by artillery instead. So we're just gonna dig in and keep shooting at these guys. Well, I said we're gonna dig in. That was a turn of phrase. I didn't mean we were literally going to use the dig in mechanic. I have read that some people, like, the first thing that they do as soon as they're able and they're within firing range of an enemy unit is dig in. I don't do that, especially not when I'm attacking, because it lowers their attack value. It halves the attack value. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is the way to go, and I'm making a mistake, but dig. It's not in the help file. Oh no, there it is. There's my fire modifier. Assault restrictions. Yeah, digging in, half value for my fire value modification. So there it is. Okay, these are my heavily what was it, the 152nd has been involved with very heavy fighting. What is this unit then? The 152nd and 153rd Brigade. So, oh yeah, I remember this annoyance over here. This bunker couldn't assault. Shoot at him. Okay. These are my assault engineers. I can't use them right now, but what I can do is position them to restrict the zone of control for this bunker and prevent them from moving. It'll take me a couple of turns to wear these guys down, I think. We'll get there. Non-assaulty engineers. Okay. So, trench line here. Got the Gordon Highs, Seaforth Highs. Where's the other unit of Gordons? Here, right? Yeah. I'll just move you up. Should work, right? 5th. So we're going to combine these units and average out that. I recently read in the help file that there is a hotkey you can use to combine all possible units. Combine and breakdown. And holding down the Alt key when selecting this option will cause all possible units in the current hex to be combined, regardless of which units you have selected. So that worked for my hotkey as well. I'm going to save it. I feel like I might be doing something stupid. So the hotkey is Control C, so Alt Control C. That did nothing. I'll press Alt. Whoop. That did something. Okay, now I have all 3 battalions assembled. And probably only need 1. Now I did lose some movement points for these guys, but that's okay. I'll live with the consequences of my actions. That was a successful assault, and therefore I will move the 2nd Battalion of Seaforth Highs up over here, and I should be able to assault again. Brutal. Brutal. I rarely get to do that. And this gun is going to get got because I've got the 5th Battalion of Seaforth Highs over here. So we will move up. And I think I can just straight assault this, right? It's less than 10 guns. I don't know what, like, defense values these have. That's pretty high, it seems. Not, like, super high. Certainly not nothing. Alright, fine. I was going to try to save my recon here. They need a break anyhow. I'm going to rotate them out. I'm going to try it. Let's go for it. It worked. Okay, great. So, I am looking at this AT gun. It's a light AT gun, a 2-pounder, but oh no, okay, I've got enough AT over here. I'm In fact, that's all I have over here, as a matter of fact. So, I want to get up this hill, even though that's probably stupid. Anyhow, I'm thinking, let's be methodical here. Disrupted. Keep these guys disrupted. Oh, well, this does not look fun over here. They're digging in increasingly gnarlily, increasingly deep over in this kind of middle section. I am pinching them, but along this road they'd be able to form a defensive line, which is what they're doing, which is what I would do. This is gross. So we got some fighting to do, and we will do it. Highlanders have already been at it for a while. I've got this battalion of the Queen Zone's Camerons resting for now. These units are relatively low. Could use some engineers up here. Well, that did work. In this particular instance, I feel like I should have started digging in, but on the other hand, I'm doing a lot of damage right now, so I'm going to call it the correct decision to not dig in here. I wasn't actually planning on using this group from the 4th Armored Brigade to be offensive necessarily, but they're doing a great job of it, so I'm going to let them keep singing. And I am going to move. Let's see, trenches are helpful for deployed units as well. Vehicles, trench, trench. There's a specific. Deployed units benefit from the presence of improved positions or trenches. Yeah, it's the rule that I'm thinking of is for bunkers and pillboxes. Deployed non-vehicle units benefit from the bunkers, but as near as I can tell, vehicles also gain advantage from being in a trench, which in my mind doesn't like super duper make sense, but I don't know, I guess you could dig pits for your AT guns or your half tracks and stuff like that. I know that that was pretty popular with the Russians, was to bury their tanks up to the turret, make the target smaller. Anyhow, so what am I trying to actually do here? I've got my recon units kind of split in different ways, which I don't super duper love. I need more infantry, man. I always need more infantry. Okay. So first thing I want to do, I am gonna go ahead and keep this AT gun moving over here, not leaving them in travel mode. This, so I'm gonna move you over here. You can go farther than that. Yeah, good. Because right now over here I've got a lot of AT, but I don't have soft attack. And I'm gonna do a sneaky maneuver. Watch this. Watch this. My recon car in travel mode is gonna creep up on this division HQ, which is completely undefended. Shoot once. No effect. Return. I didn't have enough to take him out of travel mode, so I like doing cheeky stuff like that sometimes. Now, okay, so here's my solution for this unit is I'm going to break you up, and I am going to move one right up the middle, another to the east of this hill, and then another to the west. I feel like I should shoot these guys and finish them off. Was unable to do the job. Couldn't even kill a bunch of guys running away. Next, I have my AT gun from 201st Guards Motorized Brigade Group, which these blue guys are a part of, and so they're getting a little spread out, but that's okay. I think they're still in the same general vicinity. Now I am. Let's see here. Gotta take care of this bunker. These guys are done. Should be able to shoot. And shoot. Okay. Ew, I love fuel. And I've got my tanks. And hard attack. Okay, now we're cooking. No effect. Man, these bunkers. So far, you know, not impressed. Let's go in for the assault. All right. 5 men and 1 vehicle lost for 90 men. It's pretty good. We'll have to do that again. We've got disruptions. Okay, and next up, I'm looking at my fatigue here and also trying to keep my boyos together. So many different units mixed in together right now. Okay. Where are the other green Howards? Over here. So they're quite separated. And I am... Let's see. Disrupted? Let's get the L force up in here. These guys are not super great. Okay. '50th. How did you get all the way up here? Alright. And go for my attack here. Soften them up a little bit. Drawing a lot of defensive fire from the artillery. And I've got more. this is the Green Howards from the 50th Infantry. Who's got fatigue? So let's go ahead with it. Let's let L Force get into the mix. Solid assault, 45 men. And the unit is blocked by terrain, and I now have my assaulting battalion from the 50th. Destroyed. And we can go ahead and push forward here. So improved position. We will get there. Let's move these fellas up from L Force, and I have these from the 1st Army Tank Brigade, actually. Yes. And that's all these units. Well, no? Oof. So many different units mixed in here. We keep fighting. Let's not get too distracted. And we're gonna do like this. I should have assaulted. Crap. Okay, let me see something here. So I want to use my machine gunner as part of this assault, and I need to make sure he'll have enough. 8 out of 24, yes. Excellent. This is part of the 201st Guards Motorized Brigade Group, which is part of the same corps as... they're in 30 Corps, so they will not mix with the 50th Infantry Division. They would mix with the 201st Guards Motorized Brigade Group. So let's see what we can do. Alright. We're going to go in with our 50th. How's that mixed? Hang on. I see it. Okay. I'm going to cancel that assault. So, this unit has low ammo. And this unit has high fatigue. Okay. Here we go. 1 battalion of infantry, a machine gun company, and a low ammo battalion of infantry, all attacking. See what we can do. Not great. 22 men lost and 10 men. I am very tempted to assault with this engineer. I don't think it's a good idea. I think I should probably move this engineer, but I'm gonna go for it. I gotta get this bunker. Yeah, that sucked. That was a terrible idea. I will live with the consequences of my actions and move that engineer the heck out of there, because that was bad. Here I have the entire 151st Tyneside Brigade from the 50th Infantry Division, all of whom were disrupted and cannot assault. And the, let's see here, so, okay. I can combine these 2 units. So we'll do like this. I thought I could. 6th Durham, A and C. How do these not combine? Okay, there we go. That flattens out my fatigue a little on these fellows as well. So, that being said, I mean, I want to continue to apply pressure, but dang, firing into a trench from a clear position with disrupted units with high fatigue. Not super. I'm gonna back off to this. No, I'm feeling indecisive. We'll get these fellows with these Italians over here with some artillery the next turn. Having fun. Let me look at my time. Yeah. All right. Next, I have some admin type stuff. This is from the 201st. So I guess it's half dozen. Okay. And here, okay, 50th Infantry. We need you. Put you into travel mode. There we go. And put you in this bunker. That'll work. Okay. Next. This unit is from the 8th Armored Brigade. I want to get those folks together. Okay. We're going to take advantage of the 8th Armored Brigade to finish off this bunker. I think they'll do quite well at that. I have 2 battalions from the 50th Infantry, which are actually motorized. Let me get, hang on. I want to clear this road so that I don't run into the road stacking limits, which I probably should have done that before. Okay, put you here. This is for the 201st. Put you here. And why don't we get these guys? I'm gonna pull something sneaky, or at least try. So I'm gonna put them right here, and they have enough movement left to get back into the bunker. And in the meantime, I will put my infantry into travel mode and get them right up on top of this trench line. That was beautiful. Sometimes I feel like I know how to play this game. And I will say, it is kind of a downside in that, like, I wish the game would handle a little bit more of that super nitty-gritty admin type stuff. Like, I don't necessarily want to have to deal with road traffic, but conversely, like, if it's going to be respectful of the core mechanics of the game in terms of how movement points work and what they're used for, it does need to respect that. Next is going to be, I've got a few more over here, so let's finish the surround. Wait. This is 1st Army Tank Brigade. What is the 1st Army Tank Brigade? First Army Tank Brigade. Okay. Near as I can tell, here's one, and where's the other? Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Then, yes. We will also use you. This bunker is going down next turn. This bunker is going to take longer. And that is everybody from over here-ish. Anybody else? Maybe move my HQs up a little. Moving my HQs. Next up, I've got my New Zealanders. I have a plan for them. They're going to strike out kind of in this direction and take the middle of Jebel Kalb. So the problem I was running into was these nasty recon units over here. These half-track recons. They're a problem. Okay. All my artillery. I gotta make sure my flank is secure, which it really is. They're certainly not making it through the 1st Armored and this 1st King's Dragoons. So my challenge is maneuvering my troops in the right way. They're kind of pinned over here. Okay. Oops. Don't like using my AT guns like this. In fact, that's a complete waste. I shouldn't have moved that unit up. It has a 1 soft attack, completely worthless. This is my cavalry that I need to back off. I'll just leave him here. He's not going to get in the way for anything. Now my machine gunners. They've got something. Nice kill. Now we're getting somewhere. Nice. Okay. We continue on. I have engineers over here. I don't super need. I will move my infantry up towards. Yeah, that'll do for now. I have a lot more infantry here, including assault infantry. All New Zealanders all the time. And a lot of infantry. It's going to take a bit of time to move the New Zealand division through here. And I think that I am okay with that. Overall, I don't super duper have a lot of choice. So, yeah. I have. Is this? Oh, interesting. This unit is of a different organizational structure. Put you over here. And here come the infantry. And make sure I'm trying to keep these guys together. That's looking pretty good. If I move you here, we can get that whole the whole regiment up on this hill to assault this cavalry, French cavalry. Okay. Next, we have a bunch of guys that are out of command. So they're attached. What are they? They're just report straight to the. Well, I just moved the HQ unit closer, so hopefully that will put them back in command. Okay, so what else for the New Zealanders? I think that ought to be all. What about this unit? Well, fine. Let's put you over here for now. Okay, first armored division. Can you see through this trench line? Yeah, you sure can. Taking an assessment here. Where are my engineers at? Well, I've got all these guns lined up, don't I? That was a nice present from past me. Let's shoot some stuff up. I think this bunker was causing me a lot of consternation. Get a few kills. Some artillery defensive fire. Long-range tank. Some defensive artillery fire. Got me for some fatigue. No damage from this tank, it looks like. It's got 14 heart attack, so bummer for me. And let's see here. Okay, so I've got these Shermans and I've got the Crusaders. The Crusaders are ranged. Let's go ahead and get that popping. Took out one of my guns. Okay. I'm not going to move towards this bunker yet. I'm going to isolate it instead. And I'm going to start with clearing this minefield, if I can. Yeah, I sure can. So, I am curious about something right now. Something that I just did was to move this engineer unit into this mine field. But I was in the zone of control of a AT gun. This is a heavy AT gun, which does exert a zone of control. I'm double checking myself here. Where are you? Hang on. Units which do not exert a zone of control. Towed, heavy, anti-air. Okay, so I was wrong about that. And I'm going to go ahead and assault through with these dragoons. That'll work. And I've got these tanks here, which will be able to shoot at this trench line. And then I think this is going to be light infantry, but they're entrenched. These fellows are also entrenched. Let's see. I have soft range on these tanks. The Crusader has hard range, so I'm going to keep peppering with the Crusader over here. No effect, but my Shermans can also attack this trench line here. Decent effect here. Now, at this point, I'm going to move. I don't want to move these tanks next to this bunker because then they'll be susceptible to fire. So, Well, I guess. And I got mixed up. I guess I will move them on the west half of this column and use them to shoot at this trench line. Now the question becomes, do I want to move up the King's Dragoons to get more aggressive with this trench line, or do I want to wait? I want to wait. I'll let them. This is a good spot for me right now to just kind of get into the right position to attack in the places that I need to attack, supporting with my heavy weapons. And where's your sister unit? Yeah, I'll get my units in the right position to attack with heavy weapons and be supported in the ways that they need to. And I don't want to just head on with this bunker. I don't like doing that. I've been doing that a lot lately. I don't think it's fun. So we're going to surround this bunker and we'll keep pushing up this road here. Now, what else? What else? I feel like I've got these infantry. I feel like I've got them broken up, but actually they're not. They're just smaller battalions, which is interesting. Okay, so yeah, they don't need to move. These engineers can move, and the 7th Rifle Brigade can move as well. I might want to move these engineers here so that I make sure in case one of them gets disrupted that that minefield gets cleared. It'll take more fire, but I mean, it is why I have engineers. Here. And I'm going to leave these rifles. No, move up. Alright. You can stay. I think that should be about all I've got. I am going to save my game and see if I can quickly cycle through my units. I'll tell you what, I've been playing for an hour. That's a solid video. I appreciate you watching, and I am going to make another of these soon. I'm kind of tapering off of these play-by-email matches that I've been doing because it's been a lot. I took on too many at once because I was excited. But I do like the scenario, and I want to keep playing it, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So, although I am prioritizing my play-by-email, that should tone down a little bit, and then I'll have a better opportunity to play this scenario more often. And that means recording videos more often. So I'm going to go ahead, I'll finish the recording, I'll cycle through the rest of my units, and then I will start my next recording with the end of this turn. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next installment.